Already, we are live. Bring it up on Zoom so we can see where we're going, and then I'll bring it up on here on comments. Hey everyone, it's Alex, and then to the left-hand side is Kim. This week, or I should say not this week, this month, we have super exciting news to tell you. We received a message, and we're hoping with our new improved face shield, you guys can hear us a little bit better. But we received a Facebook message from the author of the amazing Walking Dead Cookbook. They somehow found out, I think through probably news outlets, that we were doing this cookbook with our program this month. So what I am wondering and loving if you could do, please comment and like this, share this, and then private message us if you would like a chance at winning one of these. The publisher is actually going to help us give away a copy to one of our patrons. If you could message your name, your phone number, and then that we will call you and make sure, you know, that we got a hold of you, and we will get your the best mailing address, and then we'll go do a raffle. And then after the raffle, we'll inform you guys of who won. I'll do like a short Facebook Live in about a week or so and let you guys know who did it. But I am hoping that one of our patrons wants to message us and wants to try to win this, because we both actually like this one.
I did like it, yes.
We don't want to talk bad about the Marvel one because, I mean, obviously we love the Marvel universe.
The recipes weren't very...
They weren't normal people friendly.
Yeah. I didn't know what to say. But this one was really good. I like
it. This one was more our style. I don't think we shy away from complicated recipes. There's a time and place for everything, but some recipes are a little bit more complicated. And grant you, there are still complicated recipes in here, but I feel like there was more actual general knowledge, like drying your fruits. And so if you're thinking about, like, you know, Walking Dead, obviously you're thinking post-apocalyptic, you know, something crazy happened, now you're gonna have to do all of your food by yourself, that type of thing. And it actually had things, little excerpts in here of how to grow your own vegetables, or what was it, drying your own meat and
dehydrating your fruits and vegetables.
Grant you, the one recipe that I did, there is a ingredient that I really don't think that if you're in the post-apocalyptic time frame that you might find, but who knows?
You can find it canned food.
Yeah, or I guess the whole concept for the dish I'm doing is you just throw whatever you in your pantry for it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Kim get situated first and let her go, because she is actually using the oven and getting a few things ready for you guys. So let me forward you, or slide you over, as I should say, and then I'll monitor.
The recipe that I picked was Granny's candied pecans. And the reason I picked this because I thought this would be a really good recipe that I could use to give as gifts for Christmas time. So that's, and it was very simple too. But first thing you have to do, it calls for 2 cups of whole or halved pecans, which I got the half pecans, and to put them on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. And we're going to roast them in the oven for about 5 minutes. That's what I'm going to do first. The first time I tried them at home, I burnt my pecans. So make sure you watch them very carefully. I'll tell you what else the recipe calls for, and then we'll talk about a few other things while those are doing that. But it's very simple. It's 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of water, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, and the 2 cups of pecans. That's it. So while the pecans will roast for about 5 minutes, and then you're going to mix together your brown sugar, water, vanilla, and salt in a small bowl. Stir to combine, and then set aside. So that's what we're going to do.
You always have the cutest little Tupperware things.
These were actually my grandson's little bowls that he eats with when he's at the house.
Works.
He best to have a bowl for like everything. Have this right here.
Grandmas have all of this stuff at their house.
And, I really did enjoy like reading through the book. We were talking
Yeah.
about like it talks about, you
Let me see
know,
if I can find one.
here's the one thing about the bartering, and it talks about bartering for toilet paper. So then it made me think using that we're kind of in a, you know,
COVID bartering.
COVID bartering because of, you know, how the toilet paper was on such scarce.
I mean, it's all joking matter, but haven't you ever thought about what would happen if
Right.
something happened? And I mean, obviously it happened with toilet paper.
Well,
The
yeah.
supply went crazy, but
Well, and it's like talks about, you know, like survival kits. Well, maybe it's not such a bad idea to have
Yeah,
a little
right.
survival kit because like the stores were out of everything. And then it was talking about things that you could find in a can. Did you find that page? I have it marked there.
so one of the ones just,
Yeah.
I was reading the supplies on the scavenging. Yeah, that's self-stable food.
That's ready for it. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, that's your recipe.
It's this one. Yeah, here. Things that you can buy in a can.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I went on Amazon because I wanted to see if you could actually like buy this stuff in a can. Some things sounded good, but butter in a can.
I could do it.
Yeah, butter in a can. Maybe we need to have these on stock in our house.
Right.
You know? There was hamburgers in a can.
I don't know if I could
These
do
are
it.
shelf-stable things. This one was the peanut butter and jelly in a can, which is like your bread and then your little things of peanut butter and jelly.
I could definitely do PB&J easily.
Canned cheese. When I first saw, I thought like, you know, like Cheese Whiz,
Oh,
but it's not. It's actually like cheese, like a block of cheese.
Oh. It's expensive. I just saw the price on that one.
Oh, they're all very expensive. This is bacon in a can. But you know what they do have? I buy it all the time. Is the bacon, the shelf-stable bacon that you just
It's already ready and you heat up.
Yeah, so that's a good one. Now this one, a whole chicken in a can. It's $19 for the whole chicken.
And we should say Amazon is not a sponsor.
Amazon is not sponsored. I just buy
using it.
everything from Amazon, so I thought, well, I'll just check that out. And this brown bread in a can.
I kind of want to try that.
I know. It's
I'm not
expensive
gonna
though, too. $29.71. I don't know how many there's in. Oh, it's a pack of 12. I guess that's not too bad. So,
112 ounces of chocolate pudding is another thing that you can come in a can, which I've seen those before. The restaurants have those.
I think you can buy those at some of the stores.
Well,
like
here's
Walmart
another
and
thing
stuff.
for supplies. It says these are some basic tools and supplies that will make scavenging this much easier. Bolt cutters, crowbar, lock kit, flashlight, bags, meaning backpacks, duffel bags, etc., protective gear, and a paper map to mark off your completed areas.
So we need lock kits so we can break into places, I guess.
So if something happens, the library has this on the shelves. Please do not steal it, but you can make a copy.
Yeah. Okay. So now my pecans are, I don't want to burn them like I did last time.
I know I always have to remember because this one's different than the one at home.
So you just put your saucepan on like medium heat. Just drop some of my nuts.
Second pickup.
And then you pour your mixture of your brown sugar, vanilla, and water.
Didn't you say you did something different to make it keto friendly for yourself?
I use, yeah, instead of brown sugar, I use Swerve brown sugar, so it's keto friendly. If you've been watching, I'm on keto diet, so everything I've been making is keto friendly.
And then here's me, fat and more fat. Let's add it on.
That was a steamy. You have to keep stirring so you don't burn it. That is not a good taste.
Did you have to throw away the burnt when you
They
burnt
weren't
them?
burnt that bad. I ate them, but I mean, I wouldn't want to give them to anybody as a gift because they were just a little bit.
They're a little burnt.
Getting all nice and coated. And once you get them all coated, you just spread them back onto your parchment lined cookie sheet and let them cool. It says about 2 hours.
If you're like me, I start eating them.
They do taste good when they're warm because I had to try it. And but then they kind of like, you might have to break them apart a little bit, depends how much sugar how they're on there whenever they're cooling. But I decided the ones that I made last night, I put them in a little jar, like you could put a little ribbon around there as a gift. Very simple. I mean, that took no time at all.
Yeah, and just put a gift tag on it. And
yeah.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
And
enjoy
you
this.
could use whatever kind of nuts you want. I would probably want to try almonds because almonds are my favorite. You and I know that we eat the different kinds of almonds. But
addicted to almonds.
Yeah. So there you go.
Boom, bam.
Very simple. Oh, you know what I forgot to put in? I just realized the salt. I don't think it'll make much difference.
Will it do anything, do you think?
I don't think. Let me see. Oh, got my mask on. No, it's not that much difference.
Huh. These ones will be less sodium. Boom, bam.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to flop you around and actually, let's see. There we go. So when I flip it, sorry guys, my hair was actually down today, but I put it up because I didn't want it in the food, but it's looking glorious. All right, so I just want to do a quick reminder to you guys that the author, and her name is Lauren Wilson. I probably actually should have mentioned that. The Walking Dead, the official cookbook and survival guide by Lauren Wilson. Kim and I did choose this obviously because October is October, it's Halloween. So we figured we'd try a little bit, not spooky, but a little bit different in these cookbooks. And we've been purchasing a lot of different ones that are these different fandoms. So obviously we did Marvel. We're waiting. Did we get the Harry Potter one?
We did.
Okay, the Harry Potter one came in. I'm waiting for, I believe the one Hobbit one is the last one I'm waiting on.
I think the Harry Potter one just came in, so it might have been the one.
Okay, that might be the one because I got that one, and then there was, did I get the Firefly one? I literally got a whole bunch of different ones just to try it out to see if our patrons would like them. So if there's one out there that just recently came out or one that was published a while ago, and you'd like to see it at the library, comment and let us know or message us. But again, the publisher of this book is being amazing and helping us give away a free copy of this. So what I need you to do is I need you to comment and private message us. Private message us with your phone number and your name. And then what we will do is we will do a random drawing. And then we will call that person to get their address so that the publisher will actually send it directly to your house. So who doesn't like getting free mail and a free awesome cookbook? And I'm going to tell you that this is actually something that I would probably buy myself.
There are a lot of good recipes.
Yeah, there's good recipes. There's just like we've been talking about the random tidbits. So I think that's what differs from the other cookbooks we were looking at from the fandoms. This one had different tidbits to learn or extra info aside, whereas let's say the Marvel kind of had more facts about the Marvel universe, or it would reference, something else in the different Marvel universe of, oh, there's characters over here and it's related to this character, things like that. So I'm gonna bring this over. So I chose to do Carol's spring cleaning casserole. First off, my grandma's name was Carol, so I mean, that was pretty easy. But I have a thing, we're busy. I mean, sometimes we're not getting home. I have an hour commute, so depending on if I have a late program or if we have a late meeting or just something going on at the library, I could get home a little bit later. I like doing complicated recipes, but it has to be more on a weekend or something that I can do. So when we do these challenges, I like to find something that I can reproduce myself later on quickly. Something that could become maybe a recipe that I use at home. So this Carol Spring Cleaning Casserole, what I really, really liked it, and I'm going to read you the little thing. I liked it just because I love casseroles, first off. And I'm trying to,
I should have read mine too. I didn't.
okay, I'm following the comments. So if you do comment, please let me know. But yeah, we can flop it back so you can do it. What it says is, in the effort to use the canned foods that no one in Alexandria seemed to want, Carol planned to whip up a spring cleaning casserole in season 6 episode JSS. Though the Alexandrian Sally never got to find out just how tasty her creation was, now is your chance to try the same thing. To create this dish, go ahead and use up whatever forgotten cans of vegetables and beans you might have lurking at the back of the shelf, and feel free to play with the seasoning, even the type of cream soup as desired. I should have read that better, and I read this when I was in my office. I was so mad this morning. I had to go to a second store last night because I couldn't find cream of celery. I'm an Aldi shopper, and they did not have cream celery. They had cream of chicken and cream of mushroom. So I could have just got the stupid can that was sitting there, but I was having problems finding the water chestnuts, and I was about to just say, poop on it. We're not putting water chestnuts in there. It's not getting it. But then I knew I had to go to Cash Market, my store anyways, because I needed gluten-free flour for a dish I'm doing for my mom. So I had to go and get it. So when I went in there, I'm going all around Cash Market going, where are the stupid water chestnuts? And it finally dawned on me, Asian owl food. So when I went in there, I was able to find it. So what this recipe calls for is 1 medium sweet onion diced, 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1 15-ounce can of water chestnuts, 2 15-ounce cans mixed vegetables, 1 15-ounce can cream of celery soup, 1 cup mayo, 3/4 teaspoon smoked paprika, mine is just normal, black pepper, and 1.5 cups of crackers crushed. And you know what? I forgot my stuff in the fridge. I gotta grab those. Oh, thank you. Let me see if I can move with you. Yep, just those 2 things. So because you want to make sure your cooked onions turn out good, I did them last night, so I prepped them. Plus, I didn't want to like cry in front of all of you. But I learned a fun fact. The onions that we're getting right now at the store are like the fresh ones because it's the time of the harvest. Somebody quote me if I'm doing this wrong, but I watched a video and I feel confident because it was a farmer was talking about it, but who knows, it could be fake news. But he was talking about how the ones within the past week or two and now sometime October are fresh onions. But then they store all the onions, and then throughout the year, you're getting the ones that were in storage because obviously they don't produce them all year round.
I did not know that.
So I felt really smart after I watched that. It's like, you're sitting on Facebook and it takes you down the dark and
Yeah.
lonely path of Facebook video watching. So what it's asking you to do is you preheat the oven to 350, but I'm actually going to be making this for dinner tonight. This is what Josh is going to be eating. So I'm not going to actually bake it here. I'm going to put it in a thing to chill. So it might turn out a little bit different because it's going to sit together with some of its ingredients, but I'll let you know if it tastes bad or at all. So I'm skipping number 1, and number 2 I did last night in a medium saute pan over medium-high heat. Cook the onions in olive oil until they soften and start to brown, about 5 minutes. That's a lie. Onions never do 5 minutes. It's normally a little bit longer than that, but cook your onions until your ancestors go, stop, they're ready. The third one is in a large mixing bowl, toss together the sauteed onion, water chestnuts, mixed vegetables, cream of celery soup, mayo, smoked paprika, and your black pepper to taste. So you literally mix everything together except your crushed crackers, and you bake it. And then you put it in a baking dish. So I'm gonna bring this down, and make sure before you start that you remember your can opener. This is the one the library has, and it does not work. So hey, anybody in Brooke County has an extra can opener, the library would love to have an extra one. So I did this before this started, and I finally got all my cans open. So let me bring you down so that you can see what I'm doing. There we go. All right, so you'll see I already have my onions in there. This is my measured paprika, and then I just put a whole bunch of pepper in there. Always makes it taste good. You see my mangled lids of how I had to get it open. I was not letting you guys down. You were going to have cooking class today. All right, my water chestnuts. And I've actually never cooked with water chestnuts. I know you have before in your things. So I think that was the first time I've ever actually bought water chestnuts.
Bacon wrapped water chestnuts are my family's favorite. I have to bring like for home dinners.
I'm just dumping everything in there.
Water chestnuts give like a little crunch then.
That's what I'm looking forward to because I like the flavor of water chestnuts. Let's do that. My cream of celery soup that I went to 2 stores for.
There's no water or anything, right?
There's no water. Like literally, I love the concept of, we were talking about it earlier, the dump and go.
Yeah.
Because when you're busy or if you're doing whatever you're doing, like having to, you know, do your laundry or whatever. I love crock
prep
pots.
that ahead of time. Like you could prep that the night before. That looks like it to me.
Yeah, because I'm going to have it sit for a little bit today.
In your refrigerator, and then when you get home from work, you just pop it in the oven. Or when Josh gets home from work, say, put that in the oven so when I get home, it's ready.
Yeah. I'm the fatty in the relationship. He sometimes goes without eating directly after work. He'll eat a little bit later. And I'm like, nope, got to eat now. It's time for my dinner. This might be more than a cup of mayo. I was using the thing that was measured. And the more I kept putting stuff in here, I was like, no wonder this was probably at the dollar store because I don't think that means it's a cup. So it could be a little bit more than a cup, but. And I'm always surprised when you have to cook with mayo. I don't know why. You said that earlier, but I never think of mayo as being like a staple ingredient for random cooking things. And I don't know if I'll give that cake a try. There's a cake that you make with mayo.
Well, we were talking about mayo. It's just like oil. And...
This is almost reminding me of like a pot pie mixture.
Yeah. But...
I have croissants at home. I wonder if I would put the croissants on the top of it. I might be modifying the recipe all when I get home because I do have croissants. That might be an interesting top.
Croissants or croissants? Like
crescent rolls. I'm sorry, okay. Not croissants.
Okay.
Yeah, that now sounds a lot better now that I'm saying it. The ones where you have to
bake them, right?
Your heart beats fast as you open it and then it pops.
Yeah.
When you're trying to get them out of the thing.
Biscuits on top. That looks like
yeah, I might end up doing that because I think mine do need eaten. So, like I said, it could be, I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see it on the Facebook broadcast, but that could be a little bit soupier than what it's needed, but I'm thinking even with a cup of this and a cream of celery, you're still going to have a lot of And especially
It's kinda
the
picking up on.
little bit of the water, mixed vegetables. I mean, you can drain as much as you can. I'm gonna do this. It does not say to coat it,
I coat it.
but every time I don't coat stuff, cleanup is horrible. So then, actually, yeah, I didn't know if my casserole dish would be too big or not. I'm glad I brought my big one. You can definitely see the paprika gave it that reddish tint to it. And then what it's calling for is then you top it with your crushed crackers. Now, I'm smart. I think I learned this on a cooking show, actually, years ago. I put them in the baggie, and then I'll crush these up, and then I'll put these on the top of it. I went out and got the roasted vegetable. I thought it would give it an added thing. It did not say if it was saltines. It did not say if it was like something like Triscuit. I almost got the rosemary Triscuit ones. I started eating those last night, so I was like, they're not going to make it here tonight. So I'm doing these, but I honestly,
I think it would be good with like the crescent rolls or
honestly,
biscuits
if
or
I
something.
laid it on top of it, and it might take a second more,
You might want to cook it for a little bit and then put the,
and then put, yeah, and do a layer of it. So I might be putting these, and I might be doing the croissant. So I will actually try to post a picture later on of me cooking of the final product. But that is the recipe. I'm hoping that you guys have just seen the same thing that we did, was that this cookbook had more approachable recipes, and there was things a little bit better that we felt normal people like us could do.
Yeah.
So again, please message us. I haven't seen anything pop up. So what I think I'm going to do, especially for those that might not have been able to join us live today, maybe your lunchtime didn't coincide with when we went live, I'm going to leave it up. I'm thinking into the maybe Wednesday of next week. So if you can private message us, if you have either of our email addresses for the library's main, somehow get your phone number and name to us, and then we will add you into our drawing. Noon next Wednesday, and I think I might be free, but I'll do it sometime Wednesday at least. I will do, at least by noon, I will have everybody who submitted their stuff. We will just put it in a typical thing and then draw a name. And then I will be in contact with the author so that she can let her publisher know the details. So you do have to be comfortable with me sharing your name, your number, and your address to the author, who will share with her publisher for you guys to receive the free copy of The Walking Dead. And it is literally the one that you're looking at right here. So please do it. I think you'd be happy if I wasn't.
it has lots of pictures of the
Yeah,
Walking
I would
Dead.
submit it for myself, but
So-
obviously that'd be shady. But you know, I would love to have a copy of this. I think one day I might buy. I just try to get rid of a whole bunch of mine. But yeah, thank you for joining us. We are going to do next month's theme. We're not going to do one in December. So for November, we're going to actually do a cookie theme, which I have so many cookie recipes. So we're going to go through our own things and try to find something we want to do. That way you actually have plenty of time that if you're looking for a new recipe to use for a cookie, you can use it for Christmas. And then, so we'll do a theme in November. We won't see you guys in December. And then we're still thinking of what we're going to do in January. I think for a little bit of more of the foreseeable future, we're definitely going to be doing our live program like this. And so we feel a little bit more confident with,
Maybe we'll do the Harry Potter.
yes, I think honestly, doing these cookbook ones are really, really fun. And if I could get like Camden to show up dressed up, that'd be pretty awesome. That's her grandson. He has a pretty cool costume going on. But I think what we're really going to do is a lot of it, we're going to try to go back to some of our recipe books to show you what we have in the library.
Right.
If you've never been in our nonfiction section,
We
we have
also have,
amazing.
we also have a kids Disney cookbook.
Yes.
We might have to do that.
Yeah, that would, I would do something from that one.
Yeah.
So
And you can
come
wear your
in.
bell costume.
If you're looking for something for turkey, if you're starting to plan, I don't know if you are like my family, we're already planning who's bringing what. We're keeping it very small this year, just obviously due to everything. But if you're looking for a new recipe to wow people for Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas, we have a ton of cookbooks and we've just received a whole bunch of new ones, different versions. And I know I just sent one to another library for a patron who's requesting more cookbooks. So it is definitely the season of cookbooks to learn new things and try it. So let us know if there's any recipes that you've tried on this book, comment below. But again, like I said, if you are watching this live now with us, or if you're going to log in with us a little bit later and watch the recap of this, then please send in your name and your phone number, and then we will enter you into a raffle to win your very own copy. So thank you for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And happy Halloween. Be safe and stay happy.